And we are live. Uh, Thank you guys for joining in. If you guys are watching the live stream after, thanks. I'm just gonna share this on Instagram and we'll get started here shortly. But we are getting close to the end of car season here in Canada, so I thought I would do a little test live stream, just ranking the Fast and Furious cars. And then during the winter, while there's no car meets and stuff going around, I will rank. Uh, I'll put polls up on Instagram, see whatever people want to rank. We have cars from I think up to Fast and Furious 7. So all right. Well, I sent it in or posted it on Instagram, so that should be good enough. And then people join or they don't join, we'll watch it afterwards. First up is the Lincoln Hypersport from Fast and Furious 7. It's I wouldn't say it's forgettable. It's kind of okay. It's kind of one of those cars. This is just one of those cars that like people don't want to remember. Personally, I mean, they can't speak. They jumped it between two buildings, so I mean, like, yeah, but it's not really a real car. So I think this is a Fleet Line. I don't really remember this car from. I think it's Fast and Furious. No, it's from Fate of the Furious. Uh, I'll say it's forgettable. It is quite forgettable. This is a car from the Cuba scene, the Cuba race, and they kind of stripped it from parts. This is, I'm not even sure what this one is, but it's a car that they raced against. I think it might be a Fairlane. Also kind of forgettable. Those two cars don't really serve much of a purpose, in my opinion. I mean, like, besides that quick scene, no one really talks about these two cars at all. The Ice Charger, I'm gonna say ruined. You, the Ice Charger is kind of crap in my opinion. That's one of those cars that kind of makes you roll your eyes when you see it. Uh, Next up is the Daytona from Fast 5. The one with the tank, I think, might be Fast 5 or Fast 6. I don't want to put in memorable, but I also think it deserves to be in one of these higher tier charts. Definitely not a forgettable car. Uh, Also, this is a pre-made tier list, so yeah. I probably could have added another little chart here saying they're pretty cool, but that's in the past. The Challenger, or no, I think it's the Challenger from Too Fast, Too Furious. I'll say it's memorable. I mean, this is the one that actually had the ejectocito cause thing work out. So I think it is pretty cool. I do prefer the Yenko Camaro over this. The Charger, I don't know how many freaking Chargers there are, but I don't even know if they're all. Yeah, there's another Charger here with the hood exit. Not the hood exit, the intake. So that's something. I I'd say it's more memorable. I mean, I personally would take the challenger over the Charger, but uh, it's there. The Hakuska GTR from the this is from Fast Five. Okay, so this is from Fast Six, the Daytona uh, Charger. The Hakuska GTR is from Fast Five, which is the one in Brazil, I think, which is pretty cool. You have I think this is a Gran Torino. I can't tell because this photo is really poorly cropped, and I mean a lot of these photos are, but it is hard to tell what this is. It is pretty forgettable though. I know it is a villain. If it is a Gran Torino, it's a villain's car. Pretty forgettable though. I would probably put it above the Fleet line or whatever this is, and yeah, Mitsubishi Eclipse, memorable. I think this car is more. I'm not sure if it's more memorable than the Charger, but it is memorable. Instead of saying these are okay, I think I'm gonna change this to cool cars, just because I mean I don't think these are okay cars. I want to put this. I'm just gonna put the Lycan Hypersport in ruined. Isn't I don't even think it's a real, actual car. And then I guess I'll put I'll put these two in cool cars. I think this guy's name's Leon. He showed up only for the first movie. Beautiful R33 Skyline, the Pizza Boy, Streets Closed Pizza Boy. This car was crushed in real life. I think it is more memorable than all of these cars, but like it is cooler than all of these cars. Uh, yeah, honestly, it's it's not really that cool. I mean, it's got collectability for like merchandise for based around this car, but Tej's NSX from the second movie. If you've seen this thing is horrible. This thing's probably worse than the Ice Charger, in my opinion. Uh, yeah. So I'm just gonna leave it on the bottom here. BMW, some kind of BMW. It's cool. I don't remember it. The Evo, I'm gonna just put these together. The Evo and the Spider. Disgusting cars. They're just, no. The Evo, I would say, is better than Tejas NSX. I'll put the link in above the Ice Charger as well. But besides that, I mean, the Eclipse is probably the worst. Now the stock Eclipse GT, I'll put in forgettable just because it wasn't actually in the movie; it was in the prelude. And I guess while we're talking about the prelude, we'll talk about the 3000 GT, Paul Walker's 3000 GT before he got the R34 Skyline. I personally think this is cooler than all of these cars here. That's just my opinion. Move that there. That's just my opinion. I think that the 3000 GT is super cool and pretty underrated. Yeah. Yeah, so next up is a Mustang GT. This is from, I don't remember what movie this was from, but it was a pretty nice Mustang GT. Probably put this above Neon Skyline. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of this. This honestly was a pretty nice. It was a pretty nice Ford Mustang, honestly. here's a picture of it right here. Right there. Pretty cool car. I think it's a pretty nice car. So that car will take up that car will be below the 3000 GT. Now the Bentley from from Fate of the Furious. I don't know why my screen's black. Okay, well, oh there it is. The Bentley I do kind of like. I kind of want to place it. I think I'll place it right here between the Challenger and the GTR. I know a lot of people hate on this with the donk rims and the white and red two-tone paint, but I actually think it's pretty cool. Now the WRX STI from the one with the tunnels, I think this is a forgettable car. No, is this the blue one? I think this is the blue one, which, I mean, is still pretty forgettable. Same thing for this Hellcat, pretty forgettable. Jaguar F-Type from Fate of the Furious, also pretty forgettable. In my opinion, all of these cars are pretty forgettable. The BRZ from Fate of the Furious, the wide body one, it was pretty cool to see. I mean, in my opinion, I wish I saw this car more. This is the I think Fast 9 car. I didn't even know the cars were all the way up to Fast 9. Yeah, I guess I do see a few cars that are from Fast and Furious 9. Yeah, oh god. See the rocket powered Fiero. Alright, this is the Charger from the Fast 9, I think it is. I think this is the one with the rear engine conversion. Kind of forgettable. I think it is less forgettable than most cars, but I'd say it's between the Torino right here. All these cars are pretty forgettable. Fast 6 Charger or Challenger, also kind of forgettable, but I think more people know about this car than the Torino. The BMW M5s from the Fast 5, I think it's Fast 5, the BMW M5s. Still pretty cool. The Corvette from the highway scene in Too Fast, Too Furious. It's okay. I think this one flips over. Porsche 996. This is the Porsche 996 from Fast 5. It is the blue Porsche 996. Personally, one of my favorite cars in the entire franchise, even though it wasn't a main car. Personally, still one of my favorite cars. Nissan 370Z. I like the 370Z, but I personally wouldn't rank it that high in the cool car ranking. This car, I can't really tell what it is. I genuinely cannot see what it is. I'm just gonna put it in forgettable because I'm not really sure what car this is. Audi R8. It's cool. It's still forgettable, but I'm gonna put it in the cool tier above the. This should be here. Then I'm gonna put the Audi R8 just above the this yellow M series car. Bikes. I don't know much about bikes, so I'm gonna say it's forgettable. This is the this is the other WRX STI, also forgettable. Not as forgettable as the, or more forgettable than the blue one. BMW. This is the, I think this was like the one that was supposed to be looking like the cup car. Cool. Kind of ranked low because it didn't really do much. I believe this is a 720S. Oh no, well I took the ramp car. Ramp car ruined. That's an easy one to put. So the 720S is forgettable. I don't even remember what movie this is from, but I know there was a 720S, maybe in the 7th movie. There's the GTR and Challenger. Silver GTR is less forgettable than the Challenger, but both of them are pretty forgettable. I don't even know if this is the same one as the top, the forgettable. Alright, so my next one, the Copo Camaro. This one is another one of my personal favorites from the entire series. I do not think I'd take the Copo over the 996 GT3. These two are really cool cars. And no, not all my top cars are going to be blue. It's just by chance they were blue, the first two. R34 Skyline, of course, is memorable. I'm not too sure if this right here is meant to be pointing towards the GTR or the Charger. I mean, sorry, the Supra or the Charger. I'm guessing it's meant to be the Supra since I don't see the white Supra again. This car didn't do all that much in the movie. It's just hyped because it's a white Supra. Of course, this memorable tier list is just going to be cars that people typically like, and then yeah. Actually, I'm gonna just put the Supra into a cool tier list because even though it is memorable for most people, I just don't think it did all that much in the movie. And that's how we're basing it anyways. The same, so then even for that, then the R34 Stallion would go into cool cars, rank it just above the Mustang from the same movie, below the 3000 GT, of course. The Grand National from one of the movies with the oil tanker. I think this is the movie where Letty does like kind of die in the movie. So this will go below the Mustang, in between the Mustang and the R33 Skyline. Wide body Charger, pretty forgettable. The F-Bomb Camaro. For me, this car was kind of memorable, but I don't think it deserves to be too high in the tier list because it really, again, didn't do all that much besides kill the main villain of that movie. Chevelle, pretty forgettable. I don't remember what movie this is in, but just because it looks cool, I'll put it above most of the cars on this tier list. We'll put it. I'm messing with the F-Bomb Camaro location. We'll put the Chevelle above the above the Gran Torino. The Corvette, this thing was kind of ugly. I know there's probably someone who really loves this car, but I'm gonna put it in forgettable. Not ruined, but forgettable. I think this is a Chevy Nova. This was pretty cool to see, but I mean, again, also kind of forgettable, so we'll put it in the lower tier for cool cars. The white Civic from the first movie. I personally really like the white Civic from the first movie. This is gonna be questionable because I'm putting it above a R8 and a GTR, so I kind of think I'll put it I'll put it above the BRC, the higher side of cool cars. This car again didn't do all that much, but it was pretty cool. This is a really terrible photo, but it is the De Tomaso Pantera. Anyone who knows me knows I love the De Tomaso. So this is one of my favorite cars from the series. Honestly, really cool car. If you look into the De Tomasos, Viper. I mean, who doesn't like a Viper? It isn't memorable in my opinion. Actually, yeah, I think one of the first movies I watched was Tokyo Drift. So this is a pretty memorable car, I'd say. Yellow Viper, we'll just toss in cool cars right here. The Challenger is kind of forgettable, but this is from Fate of the Furious. Uh, we'll put it. We'll put it about here. I still think this red car should be at the bottom here because I don't even know what it is. Another Challenger. This is from one of the one of the movies in the center of the series. It was cool. This is the Fate of the Furious Plymouth. It was pretty cool, but I wouldn't rank it too high on the tier list. Yeah, definitely below the Nova. I don't even know what this car is. Poorly cropped photo, but it looks nice in the red one, so let's put it like that. The orange, I think this was a Duster. I don't remember exactly. I know what the car looks like, but we'll put it below between the Husqvarna and the Audi R8. The RX-7 from the first movie. Wouldn't say it's memorable, but it is pretty nice. This is the Impala from Fate of the Furious. This thing was mint, actually. I kind of want to put it on the higher side, but this thing was really nice. The Charger, I don't remember what movie this is from. The Integra from the first movie was pretty cool. I'll put it definitely not above the R33. I will put it maybe behind this. We'll put it behind the R8. Jaguar F-Type, forgettable. Brian's the R34 Skyline from the end of the movie. I think is the most recent movie, or one of the more recent movies. This car appeared for like 5 seconds. It is cool, but we'll put in cool tier, but we'll put it at the bottom just because it really didn't do anything in the movie. Next up is another Chevelle. Don't remember what this is from, but it's cool. Plymouth Barracuda. I don't remember what movie this is from either. We'll put it in. Put it right about there. Actually, we'll put it above this. I should probably organize this tier list a little better. C5 Corvette definitely deserves to be on the higher side of this. So does the 720S. The Ferrari from Fast and Furious, or second Fast and Furious. This is the one that was in the impound lot. Again, didn't do all that much. I'm gonna say it's forgettable. It is cooler than the Treno and all that, but again, super forgettable car. I don't think anyone really remembers this car. So the Ferrari the Super raced against, I'll say it's pretty memorable. But we'll put it in cool tier list. just above the F-Bomb Camaro. FXX, I think this is an FXX, forgettable, but on the cooler side of forgettable. Ford Escort, this was a pretty cool car. The GT40, this was a really cool car in my opinion. We'll put it above the Ferrari. I don't even know what our length of our stream's at right now, but now one of my favorite cars from the first Fast and Furious is the Ford Lightning. Did I even pick it up? No. The Ford Lightning was one of my favorites from the first movie. I know that's pretty questionable, but this was probably my favorite car from the first movie. I just love the way the Ford Lightning looks, and overall just a pretty cool car. You had the heist Honda Civics. I wouldn't say these are memorable, but for me it's memorable, but not as memorable as these three guys here. The S15. This is a car that's really memorable. This kind of I just lost it somewhere here. There it is. Yeah, this car is pretty memorable for me. I mean, I think this is a car memorable for everyone. It really, again, didn't do all that much in the movie. Hector's Honda Civic, I know this one because I was talking about it with a friend. This car was pretty decent. Again, another cool car that really just didn't do all that much. Probably wouldn't take it over the white Civic in my opinion. I think this was a Galaxy right here. This thing was okay. Oh, I just moved something else. That's a Noble M600. Okay, so the Noble M600. Okay, where did it go now? Okay, it's back there. Or back to the Ford Galaxy. First, if I can even grab it there. This thing was pretty forgettable. I don't even remember what movie it's from. I don't even think it's a Ford Galaxy. This is the Fast 5 Koenigsegg. This thing was really cool. I think this was back when Koenigsegg was first getting their feet into the supercar market. Put it up in the top. Lamborghini Gallardo. I think everyone knows that I got to put the Gallardo up. This is a dream car of mine. If I can grab it. Okay. It's a dream car of mine, so I'm going to put it in the favorites. I think this is from Fast 6 or Fast 7, but I do remember this car, this bright yellow Superleggera. Also, just notice they do not have the gold Gallardo from Fast 9, unless I'm not seeing it. No, they don't. This thing, I don't. Ruined. The Black Super. Now, I don't remember what movie this Black Super is from. I don't remember. I think I'm gonna just toss it in forgettable, just because I don't even think that there was a Black Super in the movies. It's cool, but I don't think it's played a good role. Noble M600, this thing's pretty cool. We'll put it here. The Jetta, I mean, this car's pretty memorable to me. Probably one of my favorite cars from the main group of cars. I actually think I might move it down to just cool. Yeah, let's move it down to cool. I don't know if I just picked up Subaru. Okay, yeah, cool is good. Letty's Corvette, this was also pretty cool. We'll put it in the middle of the tier. And then this is Letty's Challenger with the bull bars and big spoiler. This thing was also pretty cool. I'm typically not a big Mopar guy, but this thing was pretty cool. Letty's S14. Kind of want to put it on the higher side of cool or even memorable, but I'll put in memorable. I mean, this thing was probably one of my favorite cars from the main group's car. Yeah, it probably was my favorite car from that whole thing. Lexus LFA. I think this was from the. Okay, I just took Vince's Maxima. Ruined easily. I still question why they gave him a Maxima. I think he would have been way better in like a muscle car of some sort. Here's the Charger from the 6th movie, I think it was, or 7th movie, Forgettable. Letty's Dodge Viper. This thing is pretty cool. I kind of want to put it. I'm not sure where I want to put this. This car didn't play that much of a role, but I kind of want to put it. I'll put it in the middle of, or higher middle of cool cars. The Charger with the off-road tires. We'll put at bottom of cool cars. I think that's Neela's RX-8 with the faded blue to black design. I kind of like this car a little bit. I have my days where I don't. I'm gonna put it in the middle of the Integra and the Nova. Actually, no, I'm gonna move it below the Nova and even the Plymouth. Actually, I'm gonna even move it below the M600 and the BMW. I think this is another 720S. Forgettable. It is a cool car, but I just don't even remember when this car was in the movie. Mia's Blue Integra. I do like blue, but it's okay. The black NSX. I think this is also driven by Mia. Below the Hakusuka, I think. Now, I'm having a hard time telling if this is the Tokyo Drift. Oh, this is the Tokyo Drift. Yeah, so I think this car is really cool. This is the one with the mix match panels and all that. This car is actually in my memorable tier list. Below the Viper, I'd say. Yeah, I'll say below the Viper. The Mustang from the more recent video or movie is cool, but it's easily forgettable. The wide body GTR. This thing was cool. Again, another car I don't remember what movie it's from, so it probably had a very small role. The R34 Skyline, another car that gets pretty hyped up, but doesn't do all that much in the movie. This thing was cool, but I mean, I wouldn't really say it's cooler than the rest of these cars here. The R33 from Tokyo Drift. I actually genuinely really liked this car. I don't know what it was about the design, but I genuinely really liked the blue and silver. So I'm going to put in favorites. I should probably move the Gallardo up. This is the little guy from Too Fast, Too Furious. I can't remember his name, but there's a one guy who no one really liked. His car was an RX-7, pretty cool car overall, but I just didn't like the design. Uh, we could put it like right about here. So Jaguar from one of the more recent movies, forgettable. I think this was a Project 8, so we'll put it in the cool tier list. Suki's S2000. Uh, put it about higher. We'll put a higher cool tier list. This car we haven't seen since the movie, or since the first race in the second movie, but Rocket Fiero, Ruined. We'll put it in the middle of the Ruined tier list. We'll put this thing. Arguably, I still think this thing is probably the ugliest car from the whole movie, or from the whole franchise. The Trans Am from the fifth, one of the. This thing was pretty cool though. I mean, who doesn't like a Trans Am? Put it in the higher tier list above the RX-7, below the. Actually, I'll put it above the SN S197 Mustang. And police chargers, they're pretty. I wouldn't say they're they're cool cars, but they're pretty forgettable. End of the movie, end of Tokyo Drift Charger, forgettable. NSX, I don't really know what movie this is from, but we'll put it at the end of cool cars. The White Mustang. This is from Fast Five, I think. The thing was really nice. This thing got crushed by the tank, but I'll probably put it below the Trans Am. Here's one of the off-road. I think it's off-road Camaro. Ruined because you kind of ruined a classic Camaro. It is a classic Camaro though, so I'm just gonna put it in the middle of cool. The Bugatti Veyron. This thing was kind of cool, but also like pretty forgettable. So we'll put it at the lower side of cool. They were crazy until about more recently, when shoot, like when they started doing like the crazy stuff, like for example with the Pontiac Fiero going to space. Lamborghini Murcielago. No, I'm not gonna put. I'll put it on the higher side. Murcielago is definitely cooler than the Mustang. I'll put Suzuki's S2000 in high cool cars. We'll put it below 3000 or above the 3000 GT. This thing, pretty forgettable. The convertible Mustang from the second movie, this thing was pretty cool. This thing got crushed by the semi truck. Put it put it below the Bugatti. S2Ks are pretty cool. They're just this one's pink. The Supra from one of the more recent movies. Put it on the bottom, cool, because it's Nismo Mustang. I don't even know if the Nismo Mustang is on this. No, the Nismo. Oh, the Nismo Mustang's right here. Nismo Mustang definitely is memorable. We'll put it on the higher side of memorable. In fact, we'll put it above the Charger. We'll put the Charger below. Yeah, the Nismo Mustang is definitely on the cooler side. The Drift Evo This thing is. Do you mean Camaro? Because there was never a Camry, I think, in Fast and Furious. The Drift Evo will put in memorable above. Put it above the Heist Civic. Hans LFA. Cool car. Camry, yeah, Camrys are nice, but there's never one in Fast and Furious. There was a Nissan Sentra though. Right. The end of the movie, end of Tokyo Drift, the S15. This thing was pretty cool. That was a 350Z, but yeah, this was a. His car was probably the most memorable. We'll just move it up right now. Put above the Nismo Mustang. I think this is the Mercedes wiped out Hans car. I mean, I'll put it on the higher side of forgettable because I mean, yeah, once Camrys are modified, they're like pretty sick. Slapjack's Supra. This thing. I mean, yeah. I think it's cooler than Paul Walker's Supra. The Subaru from one of the movies on the higher side of forgettable. A Jeep, forgettable. AMG GT. I think I know which one this is. Put in cool. The actual Supra. It's not gonna move. Okay, yeah, that's a good place for it. This thing's ruined, but I'm definitely not worse than the Clips. My favorite car from the entire franchise is the blue Porsche 996, the GT3. The photo that was used for this tier list, whoever made the tier list, didn't make the. He didn't use a good picture, but. I don't even know if I can. I think it is Fast 6 or Fast 5. Actually, yeah, it is Fast 5. My bad. This is my favorite car from the franchise right here. The GT3 Porsche. Oh, and I have a. Okay. Yeah, so that's my favorite car. My second favorite is the Yenko Camaro from the second movie. And then the third is the Gallardo. Yeah, they actually had a lime green one in one of the more recent movies. Hans RX-7, the Veilside kit. This thing's pretty memorable. We'll put it above the Monte Carlo below the Viper. Paul Walker's minivan. Ruined. It's a Chrysler product. This is gonna be a controversial one, but I think the I can't remember, Johnny Tran, I think is what his name was. His S2000 was way nicer than Suki's S2000, so his car will go in memorable. Black Chargers, yeah, forgettable. The C10, I think this was, the Han drove. This thing was pretty sick. We'll put it above the Koenigsegg. Yeah, he had a minivan for like I think 2 scenes in the seventh movie. The Rally WX STI. This thing's pretty cool. Uh, Definitely probably above the. Uh, we'll put above Letty's Corvette. Another bike, forgettable. Last car on the tier list is uh, DK's Buddies 350Z. Now I do actually really like this car. I'm gonna put it in memorable just because. Oh, 3000 GT has to be down here. I do think this car is pretty cool. I don't prefer it over DK's Valside kit, but yeah, that was a tier list for all the Fast and Furious cars. 132 cars that we just ranked. And yeah, thank you guys for watching the live stream. I don't know how this one did compared to the other one, but I think this is just a test to see. We're just kind of like get used to doing live streams for winter once car meets are over. But yeah, thank you guys for watching the video or the live stream. If you guys are watching the video afterwards, thank you guys for watching the video. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.